Hey, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Stephen Davidson here. Take 2 on this bevel setting video. For some reason, it took forever to upload, and I didn't have enough storage space, and I went a little too long. And as you know, once it's corrupted, I've got to delete it, so I ended up deleting it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and get waddles and twaddles out of the way here. You already saw my 430 ZY razor get the heel and the toe trimmed. Okay, now we're going to start with my Suehiro Rika 1K. And it did come with a slurry zone, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a slurry. Suehiros require soak time. I've not seen one yet that doesn't. And the Serax comes with a 1K matching Nagura or slurry stone, if you will. But that's pretty much all I got to do here. Now for this, to keep the video short and sweet, I'm going to do go ahead and do some Japanese style honing, because it works faster. Even though I'd rather spend the time and do X strokes and refine, it just works faster doing Japanese honing because of the amount of space I have on my phone, which is what I'm using to make this video. Get a little water in there. Okay. Now, this is why I trim the toe and the heel of a razor. Specifically right back here on the gold dollars and this area here. See how it sits flat on the stones? It makes your life a whole lot easier by doing that. So this specific razor, I'm going to try to do a straight on stroke. I prefer to do it at a slight 45-degree angle. In fact, well, I'm not just do that, but I'll go ahead and do a 45-degree angle and do my 40 seconds worth of half strokes. And remember to count, new guys, because this is all this has to be done. If you do not set this bevel and you run it all the way up, you're wasting your time, because you won't get but maybe one crappy shave, if that, and you'll kick yourself for not doing this. But you only need to do it one time unless the razor's reground, or you have to do some serious repair work, which is what I had to do earlier. Alright, now I'm going to count to 40. I'm not counting the strokes. I'm just going to count to 40 and then I'll flip. And another thing that I do is I'll use a snug amount of pressure. Just a snug amount of pressure, and then I also pay attention to how the razor is going across and back and forth to the stone, or feedback, if you will. You need to keep it smooth, and once it gets to where once it gets to where you have no resistance left on the stone, you're pretty much good to go. So let's get started. 40 seconds worth. I believe that was 40. Get a little water in here. Flip it over and do 40 seconds on this side. Sweet. Get my cloth and wipe it off a bit. Beautiful thing about these Suehiros is that they don't really jam up a razor real bad. They put a nice polish on the edges. The only drawback to them, soak, 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 and soak some more. The minimum I have to soak these puppies, bare minimum, and they still could use some extra soaking, is 15 minutes. It's not unusual for me to soak these Suehiro stones for 45 minutes or more. In fact, they prefer more. Usually the best amount of time to soak these things is around 1 hour. So, alright, now I've done flipped and I've done 40 seconds on both sides. Now I'm going to do 20 seconds on both sides. Flip it over again, do 20 on this side. Now I'm going to flip it over again. Now this time I'm going to do 10 seconds. Ten on this side here. Five seconds. Five seconds. All right, now I'm just going to do extra round trips, like so. Now what this does is it'll clean up and put that final polish on there. 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Okay, now. Got a ton of mud here on this stone. But, alright. That's pretty much just about it. Okay, now, how do you know this bevel is set? Okay, what I do is the thumbnail test. I've got my thumbnail wet. Now I'll take my razor and I'll hold it at a 45-degree angle or close to it. I mean, it don't have to be an exact. And then I'll just simply watch. And I'll just simply drag that razor across my thumbnail. Oh, she said all right. What that does, what that should feel like, it should feel like your razor wants to dig in and just try to split your thumbnail apart. Some people use the thumb pad test where they take their thumb and try to do this after they gently rest it on the edge. I don't like to do that because, number one, it takes a while, and two, if you get this too sharp and you try to do that, it will lay your thumb wide open. I've seen some people use grapes or a cherry tomato of some kind. That can work too, but to me, yeah, thumbnail test wins hands down because it makes more sense to do it. Now, since I just done the thumbnail test, what I essentially did was kill the edge. So now, what I'm going to do is just do 10 round trips to bring it back to where it was, and that should be good to go. That should do it. That's all there is to it, folks, in terms of bevel setting. And I'm going to be a few more minutes here honing, but I'm basically doing refinement at this point. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Really nothing to it. Go ahead and wipe this down. That was the Suehiro Rika 1K bevel set. Now remember, this has to be done, but it only has to be done once. It's not like, unless you're making your own blades or if you're a welder, it's not like you're going to put that steel back. So you're in new steel every time you hone one of these. Alright. So basically, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That's bevel setting 101. Doesn't take no time to do. Some stones take longer than others. Where you start's up to you, and you only have to do it one time. I generally start at the 600 for these tough razors and then go to the 1K. But since I tried to do this video earlier and didn't kill the edge or anything, just wanted to do some refinement, I thought I'd go ahead and reshoot it and start here at the 1K. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Take care, and God bless.